Hello everyone, today we're going to be making brownies. These are special brownies because they're good for both your body and your brain. And the reason for that is because we have a secret ingredient, which is the avocado. Now we're going to be talking about some of the ingredients that we're going to include in this recipe. I think that's important to look at because this is part of our Brain Boost Challenge. So we need to know why we're selecting certain ingredients. One, of course, is our main one, which is the avocado. Avocados are full of nutrients and they are high in monosaturated fats. Monosaturated fats help with blood flow, which promotes brain health. We're also going to be using cacao powder. Now you can use cacao powder or you can use cocoa powder. Either one is fine. The difference between cacao and cocoa is that when you see a product that says cacao, it means it was produced from a bean that was not roasted, it wasn't processed, and it doesn't have any additives. So that's why we selected cacao. But again, you can use cocoa powder. That's absolutely fine. Studies have shown that cocoa powder is high in antioxidants. It helps reduce tiredness and fatigue, and it also may help control your blood pressure. Now we're also going to be using coconut flour. Coconut flour is great because it is high in fiber. It's also been shown to help with digestive health and it may help you control blood sugar. Now we're going to be using pure maple syrup. And pure maple syrup is a good alternative to refined sugar or sugar substitutes, and it has almost 56 different antioxidants. It's very high in antioxidants, which may help with fighting cancer. So these are some of the special ingredients that we have today. Right now, I am going to put about a cup, it's really one whole large avocado into my blender here. And I'm gonna just use this. Now you can use a blender or a mixer, whatever you prefer. And then I'm also going to put in about a half a cup of applesauce. It's unsweetened applesauce. I'm going to include 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then my maple syrup, I have a half a cup of pure maple syrup. Okay. Those are the only ingredients I'm going to blend here in my mixer. So I'm going to mix these and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I just mixed everything that we talked about earlier in my food processor. Now again, you could use a blender, food processor. Just make certain if you're using a blender, you use a pulse so you don't liquefy everything. I'm going to put my wet ingredients that I blended here into my mixing bowl. And then we'll start just incorporating a few more of these ingredients I have here. Now we're going to put in 3 eggs that I have. And we'll just blend those all together. Okay, we have about a half a cup of coconut flour. That will blend in. Till it's nice and incorporated. And then we're going to add our cacao powder. Remember, you can use your cocoa powder. That is absolutely fine. Okay, so now we've mixed all of our initial ingredients. I just need to add a little bit of sea salt. It's about 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. and a teaspoon of baking soda. So I'm going to incorporate all of that. Okay, and I have a prepared dish here. It's about an 8 by 8. And I'm just going to put all of my ingredients into this baking dish. And we'll spread it around here. This is a good exercise to do with your kids. If you're making these with your kids, they can help you get all of these ingredients into your baking dish. And we're just going to spread it around here. So we have a nice even layer. And I did prepare this with just a little bit of cooking spray. You can use whatever you'd like. If you prefer to use butter, you can butter your pan before. And we'll make sure we get all of this goodness into the pan. All right, and then what I'm going to top it to make it even chocolatier, if that's a word, I'm going to take about 1/3 of a cup of cacao chips. Now these are unsweetened cacao chips. That's what I'm using. However, if you prefer to use chocolate chips, please do. You can use chocolate chips or the unsweetened cacao dark chocolate, that's very dark chocolate chips, and you'll just spread it over a little bit evenly here, and you're all set. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it into the oven at about 350 for 25 minutes, and we'll be right back. Our avocado brownies have been in the oven for 25 minutes. I took them out, let them cool, and now I'm going to cut into them and enjoy. I hope you do too.